bicycle shop this morning and get a couple of tubes for my bike. One to fix the tube that was busted, and another one as a spare. That's a good idea. Have a spare tube. It's not an emergency if you blow a tube. What was that, dear? You want to say something to the GoPro this morning?
Excuse my husband's awkwardness.
Anyways, so long trip down toward White Lake today. My original goal was to get all the way to White Lake and just ride into the campground there and have very little to do tomorrow, but I don't know if I'm going to make it that far since I'm getting started a little later than I wanted to this morning. So we'll just see how far it is, or how far I can get today. What was your question? What, the ride? Like camper ride? It'll probably take you, what, maybe an hour, hour and a half to get down there?
I haven't looked at it. Probably an hour,
yeah. And it'll take me all day. Okay.
I'm here in the Suggs Mill Pond game land. I saw a sign back there saying it was a dove field. I would agree. I always said there was a dove field ahead. I assume this is it. Maybe that was it back there. Anyways, the signage said foot travel only, so I am walking on my feet. Definitely tractor tracks. Back in here, and probably from the state agency that's managing this area. Maybe that's the dove field. Anyways, not a whole lot of traffic down this way. Doubt there's a whole lot of hikers out here. I'm glad I topped my water off before I came in because I was able to stop at a fire station back there. Some kind of critters over there. Couldn't make out if that was turkey or something else. Anyways, the kind of area where you need to check your legs for ticks pretty often. Definitely tell that I'm in the coastal plain. Things have leveled out tremendously. As a biker, I have, where I bike at, it's pretty hilly. I live near the Uwaris there in Randolph County, and so I'm used to biking up and down hills, and these flatlands have actually been challenging for me because I'm used to having some brakes in there, and, you know, pedal up the hill, relax going down the hill. And you have to kind of program your brakes a little bit more when you're on something like this. You just have to choose. I'm not going to pedal as hard now and take a little break. Now I know there are probably those that are intense cyclists that say, well, you pedal steady the whole time. Well, I don't know, maybe not when you're doing an all-day ride. At least I'm not there yet. So, here you go. Suggs Mill Pond Game Land. I would estimate the temperature is between 85 and 90 degrees.
Alright, I think I took a wrong turn at Albuquerque back there, but fortunately I'm back on the, I think, correct path now. The afternoon my thumbprint reader stops working. Not sure what's up. Either my thumb is sweaty or my thumb is swelled. My fingerprint doesn't check the same, or some combination of the two maybe. I don't know. But yes, according to the MST guide, I'm still on the trail. I would like to say the trail guide would be more helpful here than the MST guide, but maybe a draw. I think this is kind of like the forgotten area, and probably will be the case with just about all of the trail segments of the MST. Well, I shouldn't say all. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Through the game lands, haven't seen a single MST blaze or any signage. And I mean, I guess it's possible that they just don't allow in this particular game land for there to be MST blaze. But, I mean, it was all up in Falls Lake game land, so I don't know. There are a lot of things that I'm running my bike through right now where I'm like, this isn't good for it. And I went through something that kind of felt a little bit like quicksand. Fortunately, it wasn't deep. Or that would have been the end. A lot of deer tracks in here. So I'll go with the game land check. They're doing a good job on the game part of the game land. Yeah. It's still hot. You are able to read into this. This may not be the most pleasant hiking experience I've ever had. And then you run on things like that. Like, oh yeah, I'm going to have to deal with that. Anyways, I'll figure something out. Probably go up the right edge and over very carefully. Alright, long story short, I think the MST Guide app saved my bacon because honestly, I'm not sure how far I would have went back there when I made the wrong turn. So, yeah. And without some kind of map, and particularly the GPS guidance, that could have been a much longer mistake. If you can mark this the Suggs Mill Pond. Alright, Jennifer, I figured you'd probably be intrigued to know this was here, as much as you're into assistive technologies and everything. But they've got a handicapped accessible blind here, so I think that's it over there. That is pretty neat. and even handicapped accessible bathroom, porta potty anyways. That's kind of neat. This is managed by the NC Wildlife Resources Commission. Alright, so I'm here at the Harmony Hall Plantation, and I don't know a whole lot of history about this, and basically it says stay out. So looks like there's several buildings along the access road here, and kind of a cool little area. I'm sure it's very historic. If I get a chance, I'll do some research into what there is to know about this place, but a little millstone there, that's cool. Anyways, still making my way toward White Lake. Alright, so I'm going through the Salters Lake Trail right now. This one, unlike Suggs Mill Pond Game Land, boy, that's a mouthful, is blazed for the MST, which is nice. However, this is not a place where I think you're as likely to get lost, because it's pretty much a straight shot. I know there's going to be some turns coming up, but this doesn't look as hard to navigate, perhaps, as it's the one little spot there in Suggs Mill Pond Game Land. I believe I'm also in Game Land here. I'm seeing Wildlife Resource Commission stuff on the trees, and yeah, it looks like managed. Saw some big old buck tracks back there. Got I think he's my brother-in-law, something like that. Anyways, friend Craig, and Craig, I understand you've been watching these, so I'll say something to you, but I guess I learned from you that the really big bucks have not only the regular hoof marks, but also the couple of little holes in the back. And I mean, you can just physically see that they're bigger. And yeah, just cruising along out here, cooking in the sun, even though that's starting to ease off a bit. The heat of the day, friends, about 2 to 5, maybe 1 to 5. It's just hot, hot, hot. And then the shadows start to run a little bit longer, and things start to get a little more comfortable outside. It is still sticky though. And for anyone that doesn't know what I mean by sticky, I mean the humidity is high enough that you sweat and you feel it still on your skin. It doesn't evaporate quickly. And I could go in and talk about the wet bulb globe temperature, how that stuff works and everything too, but I think yesterday and today we've been pushing right up against the danger range for that, which is 85 to 90. I don't think it's been over 90. It might have been the last couple days, but if it wasn't much. But you can feel it, at least I can feel it, when the outside conditions are just not allowing your body to cool properly anymore. And I hit that a little after Smithfield yesterday. I started to feel it a little bit today, but not so much. Didn't ever really set in. But I suspect that's still going to be a factor as I proceed. Biking isn't too bad because I can, I'm making my own airflow. I think the beach will be okay because there's usually the sea breeze coming in during the day. That'll keep you cool usually on the beach. But not sure. They're around Jacksonville. May get pretty hot. The Nusiak, it's kind of a wild card. My understanding is I basically need to carry all the water I need for a 23-mile trip. Oh well, it'll all be fine. So segment 13, yeah, that's not as big as the other ones I saw earlier. That's still a decent sized animal. Buck tracks. Segment 13 is Bay Country. Segment 12, which I finished earlier today, was Agricultural Heartland, and it very much lived up to its name. Let's see if I can finagle some handholds here and get around this thing. That was a big one. Some kind of critter burrows around through the sand there too. That's kind of neat. Saw all kinds of pigs, pig, poultry, not as much livestock, a few horses, and just lots of field crops. Cucumbers, saw a bunch of cucumbers just laying out in the field after, I guess they just were cold or bad, whatever. Cucumbers, watermelons, a lot of tobacco, a lot of soybeans. A lot of corn. A lot of snails. Got allergies and you're on the receiving end of a turkey house, can set you off. Been there, done that. Didn't bother me too bad today. I think the pollen is pretty much done. Either that or my allergies have adjusted to me being outside all the time. Now we're in Bay Country, segment 13. In Bay Country, these, I forget which direction they're oriented now, but you can look that up pretty easily. But kind of like oval and elongated ponds, lakes all around here. Some of them are dry. Salters Lake is one of them, which I should pass by here at some point. And White Lake, which is the one I really want to get to because that's where my family is. So anyways, there's several others around here too. I think I'm going to get a state park tomorrow. Singletary Lake, I think is what that one's called. So a lot of people like going out and swimming in the bays, especially. I think White Lake is probably the most famous. I remember my parents taking me down to White Lake back in the Cool Up and went out there and, I don't know, we snuck in somebody's dock or something and went swimming. I don't know, he had floats with us and it was great. Where I learned to eat green beans cold, like green beans, chicken salad, and I don't know, maybe deviled eggs or something. Sandwiches, good stuff. Anyhow, this is what the Salters Lake Trail looks like. And hopefully when I come out of this, I'll have enough go-go juice left in me to make my way down to White Lake. Oh, okay. Alright, looks like we got some logging activity going on up here. Fortunately, it's a Saturday, so this is pretty closed off, or it's closed down, I guess. Looks like the road gets kind of rough there too, so. Oh, it'll be fine. Salters Lake is supposed to be coming up here pretty soon too. I'm looking forward to seeing it. Alright, unfortunately, I didn't get close enough to Salters Lake to get a good shot of it. It's a little bit away from the trail and through the game lands there. I am coming up on Jones Lake. I'm not that far from it either. However, it's pretty thick here. And I'll try and give you a good shot of that. I didn't diverge to Salters Lake because I'm trying to get to the campsite tonight. Alright, this is the Salters Lake, or excuse me, not the Salters Lake, this is Jones Lake. And this is a fishing pier. It says swimming and wading prohibited, and then way over there is the swimming area apparently. So I guess I would have got a view over there too.